Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, welcome for the first time. And tonight we're going to do my July Pile of Possibilities. So stay tuned. Okay everyone, so for July I'm going for like kind of a more laid back mood reading kind of month, with the exception of some awesome buddy reads that I'm going to be doing, some subscriber recommendations from my last haul, which I'll link at the end. And yeah, I've also looked at my Kindle and there's a couple of titles that are shouting out saying read me, read me, read me, please read me now. So yeah, I'm going to take it easy. In addition to that, I'm going to be doing a big haul in the middle of the month, and I'm going to be getting some books that I might be I might want to read some of those books towards the end of the month, but I'll let you know about that during the haul. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, we're going to start off with two books that have been on my pile of possibilities for a couple of months now, and let's start off with The Dark Tower, The Wasteland. This is part 3 in this epic series, Stephen King series, The Dark Tower. It's absolutely magnificent. And yeah, I've got a spot on our Discord. It's for Crits and myself, our Discord, our book club, Fright Club. And I put a spot for people that want to join in reading The Dark Tower. This is my second read through. It's my favorite series of all time, and this is my favorite book in the series. So I don't know why I haven't got to it yet. Well, yeah, it's just been that kind of month. But I'm going to definitely pick it up this month. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to pick it up. So pop into our Discord, I'll leave it down below, as well as Crits' channel. See Crits Read, it's an awesome channel, and I'll link her down below as well. But just pop in and say hi, and join us for the journey to the Dark Tower. Yeah. Okay, the next book is Brother by Naya Alborn, I think. I'll put it up there. Now yeah, this is meant to be a buddy read in the last couple of months with my friend Matt from, hang on, let me just check there, Creativity is Therapy. And yeah, I'm sorry Matt, but this is the month we're going to read this. If you hear Layla scratching in the background, she agrees, and I'm not chasing her out like I usually do, because this is the highlight of the day, night. Sitting with Daddy, watching Daddy talk shit in front of the camera. She's got a good scratch going on there. But anyway, let me tell you what Brother is about. Yeah, it follows a teenager determined to break from his family unconventional and deeply disturbing traditions. Layla, settle, girl. Let's try that again. Deep in the heart of Appalachia stands a crooked farmhouse, miles from any road. The Morrows keep to themselves, and it's served them well so far. When girls go missing off the side of the highway, the cops don't knock on their door, which is a good thing, seeing as to what's buried in the Morrow's backyard. But 19-year-old Michael Morrow isn't like the rest of his family. He doesn't take pleasure in the screams that echo through the trees. Michael pines for normalcy, and he's sure that someday he'll see the world beyond West Virginia. I'm not going to say any more. You know, one thing I've noticed about Goodreads is sometimes it's like almost an enter into spoiler territory instead of with a book with a blurb. Just adding too much detail. But yeah, that's Brother. We're going to read it this month. Right, Matt? Yeah, this month. Another buddy read I'm going to be doing this month is with an awesome subscriber. It's been following me for a long time, and we decided to buddy read Wraith by Joe Hill, a graphic novel. Awesome. Which I got in my last haul. I mean, some of these things are spectacular, just so beautiful. Now, yeah, beautiful if you're a horror lover. Let me just read the back quickly. In his New York Times best-selling novel Nosferatu, Eisner Award-winning author Joe Hill unveiled the terrifying funhouse world of Christmasland and the ageless madman who rules there, Charlie Manx. Now, Hill, an artist Charles Paul Wilson III. Explore Manx's twisted beginnings. That's what this is all about. Introduce a new and depraved cast of characters to Christmas Land. And take readers for a 100-mile-per-hour ride down a nightmare road in a car with no brakes. Yeah, sounds fun. I love the back cover. Charlie Manx, I think. Yeah. Okay, and the next book is another possibility. Yeah, it depends if I haven't actually asked him. That's Nikhil from Esteem. We're reading the Matthew Corbett series, which is freaking brilliant. And we're at part, I think it's 5, The River of Souls. So look at the cover. It's not too long. But yeah, I'm loving the series, people. It's dark, historical fiction at its best. And it's brilliant. And Matthew Corbett is one of my favourite new characters in any books. No, yeah, this also depends on Nikhil. Yeah, I know he's busy reading a lot of big, thick fantasy series. So I'll talk to him. So it'll either be this month or next month or whenever he's ready. But yeah, we're going to continue our journey of Robert McCammon, Matthew Corbett series. And I'm not going to read the back because you really need to start from the beginning with Speaks a Nightbird. Beautiful book where you're introduced to Matthew Corbett right from the beginning as this kind of magistrate's clerk in the turn of the 17th century. Yeah, 16 something. It's just spectacular. Read it. Read the series. You'll love it. Okay, next up we got Far Horizons. I've been meaning to dip my toes into science fiction a little bit more. And yeah, this looks really big. I'm not going to read all of it. It's kind of a collection of novelettes, kind of in between short stories and novellas, because there's 11 stories in this book. And I aim to read 1 or 2 of them. Maybe more if I'm enjoying myself. And let me just read the back here quickly. 11 Masters of Science Fiction, 11 Extraordinary New Stories. Far Horizons is a reading experience not to be missed. Edited by one of science fiction's outstanding writers and critics, Far Horizons contains new works by 11 of the most acclaimed authors in the field, set in their best known worlds, and each with an introduction by the author. It's a showcase of breathtaking imagination, challenging ideas, compelling storytelling, and a sense of wonder inspired by science fiction at its very best. Because let me say, some of these authors I know Ursula Le Guin, I know Orson Scott Card, Dan Simmons, yeah, I love his horror, and then we've got Anne McCaffrey. I think she wrote a fantasy series, not a science fiction series, and then Greg Beer, vaguely recognize the name. But yeah, I'm going to dip into this. Hopefully I'll have fun. A little bit of science fiction in July. Yeah. Okay, the next book that I received in my last haul. And yeah, a lot of people in the comment section, my subscribers, spoke about how much they loved this book. It's an excellent book. And the movie is really good as well. And of course I'm talking about Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Now yeah, people have told me to go into this completely blind, but I am going to read the back. And let's go. It says, there are 2 sides to every story. Who are you? What have we done to each other? These are the questions Nick Dunn finds himself asking on the morning of his 5th wedding anniversary, when his wife Amy suddenly disappears. The police suspect Nick. Amy's friends reveal that she was afraid of him, that she kept secrets from him. He swears it isn't true. A police examination of his computer shows strange searches. He says they weren't made by him. And then there are the persistent calls on his mobile phone. So what did happen to Nick's beautiful wife? Yeah. So I haven't seen the movie. I know nothing about this book. My wife said the movie is brilliant. She hasn't read the book. So yeah, I'm going to read this book. And if I love it as much as everyone says I should, then I'm going to watch the movie as well. That's Gone Girl. But this does give off much more thriller vibes as opposed to horror vibes. But that's okay. Need to read a good thriller every now and then. But yeah, Gone Girl. Okay, and the next 2 books can be found on my Kindle. Yeah, and I've got quite a lot of books on my Kindle, and these 2 have been crying out to me, as I said at the beginning. Read me, pick me, pick me. Now, the first one is one of my favorite authors, in my top 10 authors, and I've read by this author, The Elementals, and I've read, I can't remember the name of the other three. I've read 3 books by this author, 4 books by the author. That's Michael McDowell, and this novel is called Katie. Now, yeah, I'm dying to read more Michael McDowell, so let me just tell you about Katie. She killed for kicks and cash. That's right. Ever so nimble at bashing heads with a little hammer, Katie Slapes was her parents' joy and certain fortune. As the cellar filled with corpses, the family coffers filled with cash. Pretty young, Philo Drax didn't have a family anymore. Katie had finished off her grandfather and her mother, and promised to put Philo out of her misery very soon now. It was a hard, cruel world for an innocent girl alone, but Philo was glad to be alive and eager to continue so. She had prospects of a romantic marriage to sustain her through her trials, while Katie, poor creature, had only her cunning and her hammer. Don't ever turn your back on Katie. Yeah, that's what Goodreads says. Big exclamation mark at the end. Don't turn your back on Katie. She's got a hammer. And she's going to bash your head in. So yeah, that sounds like fun. He writes such brilliant southern gothic. I have no idea what this book's about, but can have fun. Yeah. And finally, we got Full Brutal by Christopher Triano. Now he's the author of Gone to See the Riverman. Love that book. It's 5 stars for me, but very, very disturbing. And I gave a full review. And I think this book is even more extreme or splatterpunk, I'm not sure which, but yeah, it's very extreme, very brutal. And let me read the back to you. Kim White is a very popular cheerleader. She's pretty, healthy, and comes from a well-off family. She has everything a girl of 16 is supposed to want, and she's sick to death of it. In search of something to pull her out of suicidal thoughts, she decides to lose her virginity. Yeah, always a good idea. Having heard it's a life-changing event, but Kim doesn't want to do it the same way the other girls do. She seduces one of her teachers, hoping to ruin his life just for the fun of it. This starts Kim on a runaway train of sadism as she makes every effort to destroy the lives of those around her. But soon simple backstabbing is not enough to keep her excited, and she nosedives into sabotage, violence, and even murder. Okay, yeah. I've read, I think, 2 books by this author. Love both, so that's going to be a fun read. And I haven't read anything extreme, nasty or gory for a little while now, so this will be fun just to get back into it. Yeah, I think so. Okay everyone, so that's my 8 picks for July. I could have added more, but like I said, I've got a big haul coming soon, and there are books in that I know what's coming to me, and I want to read them. Some really strong titles there I really want to read, and it's all horror, people. There's paperbacks from hell, old horror, new horror, recommendations from booktubers, but I'll go into that during the book haul. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get those books sooner rather than later, but there's no guarantees. That's why they're not on this list. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to all 8 of those and have a good reading month. So let me know what you think about this video. Let me know down in the spaces below. Have you read any of these books? Should I prioritize any of them? And yeah, as always, I hope you're all doing well out there. Take care of yourselves, keep those pages turning, and cheers.